Karev Island must have the hottest summers anywhere.
I wonder what makes them so hot. Okay, Epic 7, here we are. This is going to be the guide for how to beat this event as fast as possible without Lethe. So this is for those of you who have pretty good accounts, but just didn't do so well on the Lethe banner or are not pulling on it at all because you'd rather save for something that will probably impact the meta. Check my prior video for the fastest Lethe team. If you're here to just learn about the event, the first half of that video goes into a great bit of detail on the mechanics of the event and how to make things like the mileage shop and hidden basement appear. For the rest of you who are here, this is how I beat this event as quickly as possible without using Lethe at all. For those of you looking for a free-to-play Lethe option, that will be the next video where I will try to run this without high-end units and make it a little bit more accessible to everybody. But if you're looking for just a way to do this quickly without Lethe, here's how we do it. Janua in the bottom spot really doesn't matter that much. You can legitimately replace Singelica with Janua and put any good damage dealing unit in the bottom slot. Watcher Shuri would be a nice addition as well, but Janua worked really good here for me. This is a very similar team to what I ran on my speed team. I'm just using Janua in place of Lethe. Since Lethe didn't bring any damage to the prior team, other than the fact that she was on the team bringing additional damage to the team, I'm replacing her with just a unit who's going to supplement the damage bonus that is now missing because she's gone. Green Sid could work here. You could put a dual attack unit like Camilla in this spot. She would work really well. You could run Conqueror Lilius in this spot. There's a whole variety of options, but I found this team was very, very fast. First, my Janua. I took my standard RTA Janua and put him on attack boots so he could do just a little bit more damage. I gave him Our Beautiful Seasons so he could do additional damage when hitting the boss. Other than that, it's just a straightforward standard out-of-the-box Janua. The first and fastest unit on the team is Elagos. This is the same Elagos that I ran on the speed team. I've got him on Song of Stars. I know he has target on his S3, but this way when he throws his suitcase or dual attacks, he will have chances to apply the target again, making stage 1 pretty fast on its own. The EE doesn't really matter. He's got the stealth one on, which does nothing for this fight. Next on the team is my Galililius. This is my standard RTA Galililius, except I changed her out for attack boots as well. Although she's really good at high speeds and you can use her like that, if you put her on attack boots, she will just do more damage in this fight. Now, if you want to run her and Janua on speed boots, this team will still work. It'll just slow down a little. I put her on Portrait of the Saviors because no matter how much damage you deal to the boss, he will be over 50% health. Because Janua and Pavel's splash damage will both be hitting the crystal, I took him off of Portrait of Saviors and put him on a Symbol of Unity so that he would get the 16% damage buff on the crystal as well. It's going to lower his damage against the boss a little bit, but it'll increase his damage versus the crystal. It worked out well for me. It's just a standard high DPS cleave Commander Pavel. Moseying down to team number 2, there's a chance you might not even need Phantom Politis for this. There's a pretty good chance that by the time you get to round 2, when you get attacked again, it's going to trigger Janua, but just to be safe, I'm running C Phantom Politis. She is here specifically to give Janua the rage buff. I gave her a damage boosting artifact in the form of Warhorn to make everybody's attack a little bit higher. She doesn't need to be that fast, guys. Just get her on the board, make sure she goes first. I am running Sinful Angelica, which honestly feels like a bit of a waste. I think I probably could have run Watcher Shuri or some other unit, but I wanted to give everybody an attack buff. I probably could have put Sinful Angelica on an attack boosting artifact, made this a little bit cleaner, but I forgot to change it, so here we are with Candlestick. That doesn't really matter. Also, the EE doesn't really matter other than the speed boost. This will make her one of the fastest units on the team. She should go right after ML Politis goes. She'll also cleanse any debuffs that might be on the team, giving the all-important speed and attack buff to everybody. Make sure her imprints are turned on, so she gives her attack buff to both Janua and to Auden. And speaking of Auden, same Savior Auden as last time. You want her on her own artifacts, so you do that giga extra damage to dark elemental units. And, yeah, just build her as hard-hitting as you can. Standard nuclear Savior Auden. For those who didn't see it in the last video, make sure you are running your side story event currency pet. It's 11.5 to 16.5% currency depending on your affinity level. Make sure you've got this. You want to make as much currency from this event as you can, and you don't want to leave 16.5% behind. Okay, let's see how this fight goes. Full auto. Okay, because Janu is on the first team, we'll have everybody's skills on. At the start of the fight, the boss pushes everybody back with an AoE attack. Elagos should go first, dropping his S3 into the crystal. This should apply the target debuff. Galililius uses her S3. This should one-shot the crystal, which will attack buff everybody, proccing Commander Pavel, proccing Elagos to throw his suitcase, giving a target debuff to the enemy into Cavil's S3, doing a tremendous amount of damage because we're attack buffed into a target. Whew. Now Janua can use his S3, doing a good chunk of damage. We got an extra dual attack in there that we didn't really need. The next hit was going to kill anyway. And we're on to the next phase. Again, we get hit again. C-Paul uses her S3. We get Rage on everybody. Sinful Angelica uses her S3. Now we have an attack buff and speed buff on everybody. We are buffed to the nines. Janua hits into his S2 with defense penetration. This will kill the crystal, letting Auden drop a nuclear S3 into the boss. Watch this hit. Bam. We dual attack with Politis we dual attack with Auden twice, and then Janua hits, activating his S2, clearing the fight. How's that for a pretty fast team? Not that much slower than the team with Lethe. Just showing that Lethe is not critical for farming this event. I will now work on a free-to-play version of this. If you guys want to put up your non-Lethe teams in the comment section, I'd love to see them. Let me know how fast they cleared, and you know, base it on the time from when I started to when I stopped for good comparison purposes. Give other people ideas who are missing some of these units and want some additional thoughts on how to clear this event. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you go out there and get those speed gears, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great one, everybody.